In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young boy named Arun. Arun was a slender, timid child, often found lost in his thoughts rather than playing with the other children. Unfortunately, his quiet nature made him an easy target for the village bullies. They would tease him for being weak, push him around, and laugh at his discomfort. Arun felt powerless and alone, but deep within him, a spark of resilience flickered, waiting to be ignited. One day, after a particularly harsh encounter with the bullies, Arun found himself sitting by the village river, tears welling up in his eyes. As he gazed into the flowing water, he remembered something his grandmother used to say: "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." These words echoed in his mind, and for the first time he truly began to contemplate their meaning. Could it really be that simple? Could his thoughts shape his reality? Determined to change his life, Arun decided to try an experiment. Each night, before he went to bed, he would close his eyes and imagine himself as the person he wanted to be: strong, confident, and respected. He visualized standing tall, his voice firm and clear, his body agile and powerful. He imagined mastering skills that would earn him the admiration of his peers, and he saw himself facing the bullies with unwavering courage. At first it was difficult. His mind, conditioned by years of self-doubt, resisted the new images. But Arun persisted. Every night he repeated the visualization, infusing it with as much detail and emotion as he could muster. During the day, he carried this image of his future self in his heart, reminding himself of the person he was becoming. As the weeks passed, something remarkable began to happen. Arun started to notice subtle changes within himself. He stood a little straighter, spoke a little more confidently, and felt a growing sense of strength within. His mind was no longer a prisoner of his past experiences. It was becoming a powerful tool for transformation. Inspired by his progress, Arun began to take action. He started practicing martial arts in secret, teaching himself by watching the local warriors train from a distance. He also began to study various subjects that fascinated him, such as the art of storytelling, which he practiced by recounting tales to the village children. Gradually, his skills improved, and so did his confidence. The day came when the bullies once again confronted Arun. This time, however, something was different. Instead of cowering, Arun looked them in the eye, his gaze steady and unafraid. The bullies were taken aback by his newfound presence. One of them, trying to reassert dominance, shoved Arun. But instead of stumbling, Arun stood his ground and calmly said, "Enough." The bullies, sensing the change in Arun, hesitated. They no longer saw the weak boy they had once tormented. They saw someone who had grown in strength, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. Unsure of how to respond, they slowly backed away, leaving Arun standing tall and unchallenged. Word of Arun's transformation spread throughout the village. The boy who had once been the object of ridicule was now a figure of respect. People began to seek his advice, drawn to the quiet strength he radiated. The bullies who had once tormented him now looked up to him as a leader, recognizing the power that had always been within him. Arun's life had changed not because of some external force, but because he had changed his mind. He had taken his grandmother's words to heart: "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." By envisioning a better version of himself, Arun had gradually become that person, proving that the greatest power we have lies within our own thoughts. In time, Arun became known not just for his physical strength or his skills, but for his wisdom. He often shared his story with others, teaching them that no matter their circumstances, they too had the power to transform their lives. The mind, after all, is everything. What you think, you truly do become. And so, in that small village, Arun's story became a living testament to the power of the mind, a reminder that within each of us lies the ability to shape our destiny, simply by changing the way we think.